Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back. Today I'm going to be answering a question one of my viewers sent me. So this is a nursing student. She wrote me an email. I'm going to read a little bit of the email and then I'm going to go ahead with the video. So she wrote and said to me, "Hi Mercy, I am a nursing student. Nursing has always been my dream ever since I was a little girl. I finally got into nursing school and I was really excited. But since I started my clinical experience, I have completely changed my mind about nursing. I am contemplating quitting nursing and I only have a year to go. My instructors are rude, some of the students are very rude, and they bully me on a daily basis because I am a quieter, more reserved person. What do you think I should do?" First of all, I want to say I'm very sorry that you have to go through something like that. One of the reasons I started my YouTube channel is because of a similar experience I had. For me, it wasn't in nursing school. I had a great time when I was in nursing school. It all started at my very first job as a nurse. It started from the very first day I walked on the unit. I've made a video about this. If you haven't seen the video, I'm going to link it down below. Please go ahead and watch that video. Up to this day, that video has been one of my most watched videos. I have so many comments of people telling me that they've been through exactly the same thing. Some of the things I wish I knew before going into nursing was how bad the whole nurses either young thing was. With my experience, it was my preceptor and other nurses on the unit. The preceptor was someone who was well known on the unit. She had worked there for years, and so a lot of people had a lot of respect for her, so they were kind of like her followers. So they would just do anything she does or hate anybody she hated and like anybody she did like. So that was my experience. What I would say to answer your question is that yes, it can be really painful when you're in that situation. Nobody can tell you how to feel because it feels horrible. You feel lonely, you feel like you're by yourself, you feel like everyone else is better than you, smarter than you. It's just a horrible feeling to have when you feel like you're being bullied or you feel like no one else is there for you. And I understand that. In my situation, when it happened to me, I was young and I was naive and I was so new to nursing. I never ever saw it coming. So I didn't know what to do. I ended up quitting that job. If you guys want to hear more about the experience I'm telling you about, I don't want to use this time to talk about my experience. So if you want to know what I'm talking about, please go ahead and watch that video. So what I would say is, in my experience, I was naive and I was so new to nursing and I didn't know what to do. Secondly, this was my first big corporate job, so I really didn't know what to do. So what I would say to you is, if this is the case, if you feel like you're being bullied by your classmates or your professor, escalate. If you're being bullied by your classmates, talk to your professor about it. If you feel like you can confide in your professor, talk to your professor about it and see if they'll do something. If the professor doesn't do anything, go back to school and talk to your school administrators. Make sure somebody hears about it and make sure somebody does something about it. Don't just keep quiet, because the quieter you stay, the worse it's going to get. If it's your professor, then also talk to their boss about it. You have to go up the chain of command. You have to make sure somebody knows about it. For those of you who are experiencing this at your job, please go and talk to someone. Don't endure it by yourself. In my situation, I didn't know I could go and talk to the supervisor or the unit manager. And secondly, the reason I didn't do it is because the same person I'm talking about was very close to the unit manager. They were like best friends. So I felt like they were all in it together. And I didn't think anything good would come out of it. And if that's the case for you, then go to HR. Nobody deserves to be treated that way. If you feel like you're being treated unfairly or being bullied, go up the chain of command and make sure someone knows about what's happening. Make sure you report it. And if you feel like you've done everything in your power and nothing's changing, then leave the environment. I know I got a lot of backlash of people saying, "Why did you quit? You shouldn't have quit." Sometimes it's just not worth it. Your sanity and your health is just not worth certain situations, especially after you've tried many times to fix it and it's not working. There are thousands of jobs out there. It's not worth being in a toxic environment, in a place where you feel like you're unwelcome, you feel stressed out every single day, or where you're crying on your way to work. It's just not worth it. Go ahead and leave and find something else. And that's just something I would do personally. And the reason I'm saying that is because she asked me personally what I would do and what I would advise her to do. I would go up the chain of command, keep going till you reach the highest high. make sure somebody knows about it. And if you've done everything in your power and nothing seems to be changing, then go ahead and leave. It's just not worth it. I wouldn't give up on my nursing schooling or my nursing career because of that. Find a way to see how you can fix it, because even though this happens on a regular basis, it doesn't happen everywhere. I mean, it happens everywhere, but it doesn't happen everywhere. The reason I say that is this can happen to anybody at any job, but at the same time, it doesn't happen to everybody at every job. So just because you're experiencing it at one job doesn't mean you're going to experience it at another job. So I hope that answered your question. I wish you the very best, and I hope things turn out for the better. If you guys have any advice or any experiences like this, please leave them down below so we can get this conversation rolling, so we can talk about it and help each other out. Thank you guys so much for your love and support on my channel. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.